Hello, this is Idodmg and welcome back to the channel. In this Dwarven Realms video, I want to talk to you about the Ancient Catacombs Floor 1. We're going to be talking about everything that you can do in this dungeon, everything you can find, all the hidden secrets. Let's go ahead and talk about it right now. The Catacombs is really special because it's going to give you normal and higher item level. Now, the item level drops is going to be based off the highest rupture you have cleared. So before you go into Catacombs, make sure you have pushed the absolute highest rupture that you can possibly do, and then go ahead and hit up the Catacombs. And I believe it scales 22 ruptures higher than the one you have completed. Now, the way that you get into the Catacombs here, the very easiest way you're going to find a Catacombs key is by completing your dailies. If you haven't seen our daily guide video, make sure you do. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to finish 10 ruptures, and then you get one Catacombs key. This does reset at 11 a.m. Central, so you can get one Catacombs key a day through this method. Another way you can get a Catacombs key is through using these stones that you find from different end game islands. Now it requires 30 of these stones to craft one Catacombs key. I do not recommend doing this method. I recommend just playing the game, only doing Catacombs when you absolutely have to, and then getting your key from the daily. You can also get a note over here on your Elven skill tree as well, called Sticky Fingers. This gives you a chance to find map keys in ruptures. You can find a Catacombs key in there. It is pretty rare. The reason I don't recommend using these stones is because I always break down those stones into these Dwarven runes you can see right here that are then used to craft an imbued Dwarven rune, which is then used to craft your dungeon keys. I have a bunch of dungeon guide videos for you to check out after this video as well. So that's going to be how you get your Catacombs key. Let's go ahead and jump in there and show you what it looks like, where all the secrets are, and what to expect. So this is the entrance to the Ancient Catacombs here. And it is a pretty straightforward dungeon, but there's some stuff here worth talking about. And I'll show you here at the end of the video some of the loot we get and why this dungeon is just so worth it. Now, I know people early on will get a Catacombs key when they first unlock those dailies, and they'll be pumped to go run the Catacombs, even though they could have just pushed higher in ruptures. And it's just because they didn't know that the loot scales. So if you watch this video before you made that mistake like I did, you already have a leg up on the competition. Go ahead and collect all this loot here. All those slimes I just killed is what is giving us all of these items. Look, item level 35 stuff. Pretty crazy, dude. I really want a maul or a item in here with one of the monograms I need. If you haven't seen the crafting guide video, I break down some of the different monograms and itemization and stuff that you're looking for. Anyway, so that was the secret right here. If you didn't see that, there's the entrance, there's the bridge across, and the secret door. You can just smack it down with whatever, and it breaks right open. Now, this room's pretty special. Now, I've already cleared it before, but there are going to be monograms that you can loot that kind of look like this one. There's going to be more of them around the room, but I've gotten all of that type of monograms. I think they're armor monograms mainly, but we're going to grab all this loot. And then this little statue right here is pretty important. You want to make sure you hit this. This is going to give you your Ancient Catacombs fragment. Now you're going to need 5 of these to access the Catacombs level 2. Maybe I'll put a video out about that in the future. Get the rest of your loot here, and then we'll show you these vendors that you can talk to. They're pretty important. You want to make sure you get this little chest right here as well. You can get an imbued Dwarven rune, which is very valuable. We already talked about those. Now, here's your vendors, and we're going to use super in depth here, but this one, you can buy fortune fragments, which are really valuable. You can use those when infusing a rupture to open up different modifiers to make that rupture even more lucrative to run. That's what would be what you'd want to spend your fortune fragments on. You can also buy these with these scrolls here as well. You also, over on this vendor here, this is going to be how you buy your keys to get into the Elven dungeon, whatever. I can't remember the exact name of it. But in there, you're going to find loads and loads of crafting materials. You do need to spec into that Elven faction tree down on the bottom. Make sure you check out the Elven guide video if you haven't yet. But down there, there's one in there that you have to get to be able to then start finding the entrance to the dungeon. Whenever you mine a node, there's a chance for a little blue cube to spawn. And just because it spawns, you can't go in unless you have these keys. Now you can use these keys for the fragments, which is the main way I buy them. I don't really buy them for the 200,000. I feel like that's way too expensive. And I also same with this. So your key, you can get this key from other sources as well, drops and stuff like that. So that's the secret room back here. I'll go ahead and show you the rest of the catacombs. If you saw the old version of the catacombs, you can see it's changed quite a bit at launch. That's why I'm trying to get all these Dwarven Realms videos updated before Vessel of Hatred drops here in what, like 4 days from the time of recording. You're going to hit more of these slimes. Again, these slimes are just your loot pinatas where you're getting all your really strong gear from. And you're going to go across the bridge. Another little like minor thing here is you'll notice all these gems have a pickup range. Like that's pretty big on them, but not the purple. The purple ones you have to actually step on. So when you're running across, just target the purple gems. Otherwise, you're going to have to backtrack a little bit, and it takes a little bit more time to do that. I know, super minor thing, but hey, every second counts, especially in a game like this where it's infinite grinding, right? This is your final room. All these chests, all these gems. Make sure we get everything, and we'll just kind of look at our loot here. Quickly see what we got. See that purple one I didn't pick up? They need to increase the radius on those. Let's look what we got here. We're hoping for a really good rolled maul. We'll see if we can find one. 100. Oh, I'm pretty sure that is a double roll. Yeah, you can see right here, 78. And this is the same item level. This the damage rolled 161. It's not as, it could be as good as my purple once we update it or upgrade it more, but yeah, we'll do a little bit crafting when I'm done recording the video. Again, make sure you check out that crafting guide video if you haven't yet. It's a big one, but lots of good information in there when it comes to crafting on Dwarven Realms. And that's going to wrap it up for this Dwarven Realms Catacombs guide video. Hopefully you found this video useful and or entertaining. If so, don't forget that like button and subscribe to the channel if you think I've earned it. Please consider becoming a YouTube channel member today. It helps support the channel more than you know. But don't forget, your view alone means the absolute world. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.